This is Tuesday, the 2nd of February 2021. I'm going to make a video now to celebrate the 15th birthday of PALAVICINI. We were first introduced to him in 2017. The Irish National Stud. He's the half brother to Elisa Pimpernel. So Lisa Pimpernel is there too as well, but I'll be doing another video for him too very soon. But this is his half brother, and his sire is Giant's Causeway. Both him and his brother have the same dam, Cara Fantasy, but that's how they're linked to. That's how they're related, because they're the same dam. Now PALAVICINI and is quite he's quite sociable he can be sociable. He's more sociable maybe in the stable than he is out in the paddocks. He's a lovely horse. He didn't have a fee for the first 2 years. First 3 years that we were introduced. He had add-on application on his poster. He didn't have a fee until last year, which was he only had an official fee since last year, which was only €1,000. And then that was I think that was the only time that we saw a fee on his poster, was last year, was 1,000. He was never really on the roster. I never saw him being led out to cover. So he's never really been, he's not really popular when it goes to a meeting up with mares. I've never seen him be let out to cover since I came to the stud. I haven't seen any of his sons at the racetrack, and I only seen a video of one of his foals, I think 2 years ago. He's only a brand new arrival, I think, at the stud. I think it was only about 2 years ago. I saw he was the first arrival at the stud. I think it was 2 years ago, and I saw his name, I think, 2 years ago as well at the Sun Chariot yard in one of the stables. One of the mares, she was in foal, and PALAVICINI's name was on the door, and I was quite surprised. PALAVICINI, I wasn't expecting that as well. And also there was a winner, a race there last year. I think it was towards the end of the year, coming before Christmas time, near Christmas time. And I always look up at the races. I like to catch up with the races. I catch up with all the latest news of the horses, the race news, all the horse news, all the latest news on the horses, and all the race news, all the updates and all the races. And then there was a winner for one of PALAVICINI's daughters. Can't remember her name now, but I couldn't believe it. PALAVICINI's name was one of his fillies. She won a race, so that's probably the only time, first and only time I saw his name in one of the races. So he's not very popular when it comes to meeting up with mares. So the staff say they'd only use them if necessary. And we were at a golf sale, I think, 2 years ago, I think it was. And his name, he wasn't on the, funny enough, his picture, for some reason, is not on the stallions. It's not featured on the stallions. His photograph is not on the stallions on the website. You don't see his photograph of the stallions on the website for some reason. It's looking under the stallions, and PALAVICINI's picture is not featured. So I don't know, unless he has no fee this year. I'm not too sure. I don't think probably is not on the roster this year. I'm not too sure what the plans for him this year. But he had a fee last year, 1,000. So he probably hasn't got a fee this year. I don't think he's in the actual stallion brochure either. Come to think of it, I can't remember. I have the new brochure. I don't remember seeing him in it. But yeah. So he's not really. So that time at the sale, I think 2 years ago, they were saying that she was semi-retired. So yeah, I've been there, like, I'll be 4 years there on the 8th of February, which I believe this year. And I've never seen him be let out to cover. His brother, from the time he went to the stud 2017 right up to last year, right up till 2019, right up to 2019, his fee is only 1,000, and then his fee went up to, he went up to 3,000, I think, in 2019, and then I don't know what it is now, but he had a fee, I think, 2019, I think it went up to 3,000. 2019, I think that's the first time he saw a fee, was 2019, and I don't know what his fee is now, but so that was the first time he saw a fee, was in 2019, and I was both Liam and I were in shock, because right up to then he is only 1,000. He's the lowest stud fee, but he's doing very well with the covers. His brother's doing very well with the covers. He's very popular with the covering, and he's had a lot of wins lately, but none of them are. But none of the wins are Group 1s. None of the wins are Group 1 races. But he's had a lot of wins. But I've only seen one win of PALAVICINI, and this is a very old photograph. This is one of the earlier photographs from back in 2017 when he first came to the stud. Now, see. This is another photograph. Now this is a photograph with Daffer, or Michael Kelly, wherever that's his real name, Michael Kelly. He's now since retired. He retired last January, and he's now left the stud. That's also a very old photograph of PALAVICINI. It's a very old one as well at the stables. I couldn't find many photographs of PALAVICINI, unfortunately. I wasn't able to find that many of them on the website. There's another one there. That's taken at the same time. That's the last one. Now this is another one by the stables. As you can see, he's on the grass there. That's by the stables area. By the stables, in the grass area near where the plant is, near the plant. It's at the side there. That photograph was on his poster last year. That was on last year's poster. That's one of the early photographs. It's a very early photograph. That's before the stables was, before they changed the stables, before they put in the new pads, before they put all the new pads in. I don't know why they used an old photograph for that. I think that's the last one. Yeah, I think that's the last photograph. I've only had 4 photographs. Yeah, that's before they changed the pads. Before they put all the new pads in. Yeah, but PALAVICINI is probably better, as he's probably more sociable in the stables than he is out in the paddocks. He's starting to say hello to me now. He's actually gradually saying hello to me now in the paddocks. Before though, a few years ago, he wouldn't be that sociable at all. Like, he wouldn't say that much hellos to me in the paddocks. But of lately now, the last 2 years, he's getting a lot better. And the earlier years, he was more sociable in the stable. He'd come to the door. The staff seemed to call him PALAVICINI. I prefer him to call him PALAVICINI. Liam prefers to call him PALAVICINI as well. I think it sounds much better. And he always responds to PALAVICINI. He always responds. If I call him PALAVICINI, he always responds. Or he always react. And he'd come to the door, he'd come to the fence, wherever he is, wherever I am, wherever we are. And if I call him PALAVICINI, he'd always respond or come over to me. So he always responds. If I call Palavicini, he's over at the door. If we're at the stable, if we're at the paddock, he do the exact same thing. So I think he'd first be called Palavicini, and I think it sounds much better than Palavicini, if you ask me. And sounds like a real Italian sounding name. I think the owners of both him, I think the same owner owned both Palavicini and Elisa Pimpa now, and they're both privately owned. I think they're owned by an Italian owner. They're both owned by an Italian owner, by an Italian owner. And funny enough, they're both American horses. They're both American, but they have USA beside their names, and beside their names, USA. So, the owner's obviously Italian. Well, it must be because Palavicini sounds, or Palavicini, what I call it Palavicini. I'm starting to call him Palavicini now. Palavicini, it sounds really Italian. So he's obviously there's obviously an Italian link there. So they're both privately owned. So he's 15 today. That's a very old photograph, but to look at him today, he hasn't changed. He hasn't aged at all. He looks exactly the same as he does there. You'd never think he was 15. He looks exactly the same as he does there in that picture. He hasn't aged at all. Now. 15 today. Yeah, he's born 2nd of February 2006. So so he's in great shape, as you can see. Magnificent horse, beautiful horse, but he's very highly strung. He can be a bit highly strung sometimes when he's been led into the stable. He's trying to sorry. He's kind of rear up. He's kind of rear up quite a lot when he's been led in, because he's reared up quite a lot of last week, maybe I think it was 2 years ago or 3 years ago. I was at the stable, and I was filming the stallions coming in. I was filming the stallions come in, and I got footage of him rearing up a few times. I got him reared up, and I thought he was going to kick the handler, and that's not the first time I saw him rear up at least about 7 times altogether. Not at the same time now. Not at the same time. And they're all in separate times now, or different separate times now. Saw him rear up at the stable about 7 times now, separate dates, he can be very highly strung, but he's a beautiful horse, and he's very, as you can see, he's very athletic. A lot of stallions, a lot of male horses, they're very athletic. Say he was very fast. I don't know anything about his race record. I don't know how he did on the racetrack, how many races he won or nothing. His brother was a national hunt as well as flat racer, so they did both. And I don't understand why, because I don't understand how he could be national hunt and a jump, cause he's and he's still a stallion. He's a stallion, and yet he was a national hunt. I didn't understand why he wasn't gelded, and I was quite confused about that. But because he's tall. He's the tallest stallion there, I suppose, because of the height. I'm not too sure. But he's 17 hands tall. He's 16'2". His brother is 16'2", I think. 16'2", I think, is how high Palavicini is. I think that's his height. 16'2". He's quite big. And so he's a magnificent horse. He's probably one of my other favourite horses of the stud. And I've been doing a few birthday tributes to because fortunately, I can't get to the stud, so I have to do birthday videos, because I can't be there to celebrate with them. I can't be there to give them cards. I won't be able to celebrate with them in person, so this is the only way I can celebrate the horses' birthdays, is on video. So at least the viewers But no, at least you know that I haven't forgotten them, and you know, so at least when you watch the videos, you know that I haven't forgotten their birthdays. And Palavicini is a beautiful horse, and magnificent horse, and I really miss him so much. I really do miss him so much, you know, and I really do miss being there and chatting to them and stuff like that, you know. And it's very hard being stuck here and not being able to be there and celebrate this big day with them, you know. And just pity I don't know much about his pedigree and stuff. I know that his John's Causeway is a very big. He's a very big name in racing. He's a real big legend in racing. He's a very big name in racing, John's Causeway. And I don't know anything about his dam, Car Fantasy. I don't know anything about her. But John's Causeway is a very big name. But he's done very well at the races now. I don't know how many races he's won, but he did very well. And John's Causeway is a chestnut, so and it's quite unusual because as you see, he's a bay. So and this is Car Fantasy must be a Car Fantasy must be a bay. So why he turned out to be a bay. And he's a beautiful horse, and God, I can't believe he's 15. He looks absolutely outstanding, and I really do miss him. I miss all the action at the stud, and miss all what's happening, miss all the goings on and stuff, you know, and miss all the new foals, you know. So it's very hard being stuck here, you know, especially in the birthdays, and celebrating the big birthdays, and I'm not being there, not to be able to give them the cards and celebrate with them. But yeah, and I love this horse, so I do, yeah. It's very hard not being there. I'll be doing a birthday message for his brother. His brother's birthday is on Valentine's Day, of all days, would you believe? So it isn't that long away now. It isn't that long to wait for his birthday. But I'll be doing one before that. I'll be doing another one shortly before Valentine's. I'll be doing another one for. Next one will be Decoration Night. So his birthday's up very shortly. So I'll be doing the one for him next. But Palavicini, this is his day now. But yeah, he's the star of today. This is his big day now. So I hope he's getting a lot of treats, and hope the staff haven't forgotten. Hope the stud haven't forgotten about his big day, and giving him treats and stuff like that. So hope he's keeping good form. Yeah, I might give the stud a bit of give them a ring and tell them that it's his birthday. Yeah, wish them so. But yeah, so I can't really. I know it's not really much of a not much of a tribute, but I don't know much about his pedigree. But it is hard not being there for his big day, you know. I would rather be there in person, to celebrate with them in person, you know, because I like to be there for all the horses' birthdays in person, you know, give them their cards and celebrate with them their big day, you know. This is going to be very, very difficult the next few days, you know, because I can't be there for the big master's birthday, so the main man's birthday, but it's very, very hard on the birthdays. But yeah, so I hope he's had a good day now, and I hope he's enjoying. I hope he's had a great day now, and hope things are going well at the stud, and hopefully I can get to the stud soon. Please God, hopefully I can get to the stud soon. They're thinking maybe in then the Easter time, hopefully before the Easter time, and if all goes well, please God, I can get to say again. I can say hello to him and give him this belated present, a very belated present anyway. And so anyway, so I know it's not a very long video, but I know it's not very long, but it's not a very long video at all, to be honest with you. Quite a short video. I couldn't say much about him, so I'm not too sure what to say. Hold on to see, I know it is. Can't see how long it is. I need to get my glasses. Can't see how long that is. Sorry, folks. It's over 20 minutes. It's over 20 minutes, not very long. It's quite a short video. It's just over 20 minutes long. Just over 20 minutes long. Quite a short video. So it's quite short. I think the back bit, this one here is probably my favourite photograph here. This one here is probably one of my favourites. Well, it would probably be better if your man wasn't in it. I wasn't really, I never really got on with this, this guy. He's alright though, but we never really got on. We never hit it off, but he's okay. We never really had any much association with him, but he's okay. It's a lovely photograph of PALAVICINI. It's a very nice photograph of PALAVICINI. It's actually a lovely pose of him. It's actually a lovely pose, and as you know, the horses they always turn out very well in photographs. They're very photogenic. They're very photogenic horses. They always seem to come out very well on camera. Fortunately, I don't have that many photographs of PALAVICINI. I couldn't find that many of PALAVICINI. You probably see one of him on my wall here in the video. I got one of them here on my wall here in the living room. The top here, this one here, I probably see him on my wall here. He's going to be pointing at